Hey everyone, I'm here to give you a card reading that's a follow up to the podcast episode that came out this week in the Truer podcast. Today I'm going to use the Rose Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. And the question we're asking today is, what guidance do we need to be more in flow rather than force? So if you heard that episode, I talk a lot about it in the episode. I'm not going to go into it now, but basically the idea of flow is being open to being guided by the universe or by God or by source, being open to being guided along the river of life. You're in flow, you are open to the highest outcomes versus gripping onto a steering wheel and forcing your way, even if it's not aligned. So this idea of we want to shift out of trying to control our lives to being open to being in flow and being guided into our highest path forward in our lives. So let's ask. Okay. Going to ask to be shown, what guidance do we most need to be more in the flow, more open to our highest path forward? What guidance do we most need? Now, let's see, before I pull the cards, are you resonating with card 1 or with card 2? So notice, am I resonating with the number 1 today or with the number 2? And whatever message comes out is for you. You can also have both. For card 1, 3 cards just came out. So we're going to have card 1, card 2, and then a bonus card that's for everybody. Okay. Card 1. What guidance do we need? The Rose of Venus. Alignment, flow, right relationship, harmony. Get a little closer. So there's this idea. Oh, it's funny. It actually says flow, doesn't it? Flow. There's this idea of sacred union, and it's actually been coming up a lot in my life and for my clients. And it's this idea of within yourself, creating a harmony between the masculine and the feminine. And this is not about like male and female identity. It's like the masculine is divine consciousness and it descends down into ourselves. And the divine feminine is this life force energy and it rises up. Think about Shakti rising. And they come together inside and create this beautiful harmony. And I have found so much benefit from doing these practices. And my client, one in particular I'm thinking of, or there's more than one, who I've guided them through this experience, and it has brought an incredible, some things that were kind of weighing them down all of a sudden didn't matter anymore, and it was like boom, they got this big boost in their energy and in their mood and in their emotions. And I'm feeling that too in myself recently too. So I would say bring in more idea of harmony inside. So if you've been really busy, going, doing, how can you pour back into yourself and be more in the being state? So that's the balancing more feminine, bringing more feminine into the masculine. If you've been really feeling stuck and you're not really taking action and you're just kind of waiting and wallowing in like old emotions and feelings, which some of us, that happens sometimes. That happens to me sometimes too. But you might need more action. You might need more The masculine brings in more higher consciousness and an action. So the rose of Venus. I mean, this is about Venus, which is a feminine trait. So I feel like for you, it needs to be more of the feminine to get into the flow. How can you be more in your feminine? It's that simple. That isn't just resting. Resting is important. A lot of us don't give ourselves enough rest. But being in your feminine also means honoring your emotions, connecting with parts of you that need nurturing, like your inner child, like from your 4-year-old time when you were first hurt by someone and you carry that wound still, nurturing that. The feminine also means tuning into your intuition, being open and receptive to the guidance that's coming to you. So there's lots of ways of doing this. But for you, for card 1, I feel that's the message. I'm going to put the info in the comments below, so make sure you see that. Okay, card number 2. If you chose card number 2, this is for you. Held, sureness of the soil, unseen help, support, and community. That's so interesting. It's very similar to a card I pulled in the last card reading I did. I don't know if you saw that. It was for the previous podcast episode. Okay, so this is about the inquiry question, what guidance do we need to be more in flow? And for you, I feel like it's trusting that you are supported, trusting that it's safe to release your sense of control and be held by, in this picture, it's almost like an ancestor is supporting you, or your guides, or the great mother. Like there's so many energies and beings who want to support you. For you, I'm feeling like I'm trying to move my fingers so they're not covering the words. For you, I feel like it's feeling safe to let go and be held. And this idea of the sureness of the soil, it's like the field has been prepared, the garden has been fertilized and prepared. All we got to do is plant the seed and it's going to grow. But there's this uncertainty of, I don't know what that seed is going to be. I don't know how I can make it happen. I don't know what it's going to be like. I'm afraid of the unknown. That's what causes us to contract away from being open to flow. If you're open to planting a seed of like an intention in your heart or in yourself of, I'm open to being guided. I'm open to being supported. I'm open to this divine redirection if you're feeling like life is pulling you in a direction you weren't expecting. It's okay to be afraid. It's our human instinct to be afraid of the unknown. But this is the guidance. You are held. You are supported. You are in a community and you have unseen help. Maybe this is guiding you. Maybe for some of us, this is encouraging you to find community. How can I become more? Well, you might not have a community. How can I find a community for me? If you are in a community you feel supported by, you can say, how can I receive more support? How can I let them know I need support? That's an uncomfortable thing for some of us. Okay. But I feel very positive feelings here. I mean, look at the imagery. There's a woman like in the fetal position, laying down, and she's supported. It almost reminds me of the baby in the womb of the mother. It's like The mother is holding you, like that you are being held. You don't have to worry. You're going to be okay. It feels like a very positive feeling here. All right. So the bonus card for all of us about our question, guidance for being in the flow, is, oh my God, the sacred union, beloved within, inner and outer relationships. Okay, if you saw my message for card 1, I talked about sacred union. I'm actually getting chills. Ooh, I'm getting big chills when I'm looking at this. I think it's just reinforcing we all really need this right now. We all really need to love ourselves enough to allow ourselves to get in touch with our feminine side, our feminine essence. If you haven't listened to card 1, just go back and listen to it because I already talked about sacred union in card 1. But this is about inner and outer relationships. So the sacred union is a relationship within of harmony between higher consciousness, the masculine principle, and life force, the feminine principle. So what does that mean for us? I just am really picking up on the imagery of blooming flowers. It's like when you can become more in harmony within, there's a lot in your outer world that can blossom, that's going to bring so much beauty and growth into your life. And like I said, I've already seen that so much in my life and in my clients' lives. Sacred union. I have a book recommendation. I don't think it's for everybody, but there's this book I have read once a few years ago, and then I put it down for a while, and I've been called back to it recently, and it talks a lot about sacred union. And it's from the perspective of Mary Magdalene. It's a channeled text, and she is sharing about sacred union with partner. So this could be with another person, your romantic partner, or sacred union within. And there are actual guided exercises to do to create more of that. And so I'm going to recommend it here, but I know it's not for everyone. If this sparks something within you when you hear it, look it up. And if it doesn't, just ignore it. It's by Tom Kenyon, and there's a co-author, I don't remember her name, Sue something. And the title is The Sex Magic of Isis and the Alchemies of Horus. It's from Ancient Wisdom, and I have it on my Kindle. I don't know if it's even in print, but look that up. See if it's right for you, because that's where I learned a lot about sacred union. All right, that is it for now. Please comment below what stood out to you. If you have any questions, what's resonated with you, I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much.